Hi students, it's Ms.Boley here. Today I'm going to talk about how you can create your digital landscape collage using this student workspace. So on slides 2 to 6, you'll see a whole bunch of different collage materials, and you're free to use your own images if you want to insert an image as like a background image or something, or if you want to use either the shapes or if you want to use the polyline tool or the scribble to draw things, you can also do that with your landscape. So the first thing I want to do is either use a reference image or think of a landscape in my head, and then I'm going to choose the scribble line. And then this is like my pencil sketch. So I'm going to do like a horizon line. And then I might do, you have to click on it each time. Then maybe I'll do some mountains. I can't really be that accurate with this because I'm just using my mouse to draw. And I'm also going to be using those paper scraps to create this. So it's not like it needs to be super accurate. There we go. So I've got sort of a general idea for a landscape. And then like I said, if I wanted to insert an image, I could go insert image and then search the web, and I could search up like cloud background or something like that. Or I could just copy this. So what I'll do is from these slides, I will copy. So I'll do Command C. And then I'm going to paste it onto my work surface. So Command V. So I'm going to make this really big so that it's going to fill up the whole background. So I can enlarge it like that. It looks kind of weird. Or if I hold down the Shift key, it will make sure that it enlarges it in a uniform way so that it doesn't look weird. And then I just covered up my beautiful guide drawing. So I can then go to Arrange and then Order and then Send Backward. So if I send it too far backward, and then I'll do that again, Arrange, Order, Send Backward. If I do that too many times, it's going to send it even behind my background, and I don't want that to happen. So now I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste some more scraps. So let's look at what might be good for the mountains. So let's see. So I'm going to look for like maybe a gray color, maybe like this grayish brown. So then I'll paste it in here and I can rotate it. So I can keep going and build my collage out of the different paper and marks and things that are in all of these slides. So I'm back and I've now added all these scraps of paper to be my mountain range, and I found these cool edges on some of the papers that were kind of like a zigzag that reminded me of a mountain. So I put them up at the top of the mountain to give sort of like that effect. So now what I want to do is I'm going to do kind of like a contrasting color, maybe like an orange or a red, because I'm seeing a lot of that color in the papers. And so I'll layer those there, and then I'm going to make some sort of like hills or green area like trees in the front. And one thing I want to show you from before is if you want to select two things, so let's say you want this and this little paint splotch, you hold down your Shift key and it selects both, and then you can press Control C and then Control V and it will paste both of them, but then you can move them all around separately. And then I can also enlarge. I didn't really show before, but I can enlarge and shrink items as well. If you try to send something backward and it doesn't work, you may just try clicking on the thing that you want to be in front of it and then go to bring to front for that item. Okay, so now I have the mountains in the background. I have the foreground with like that green area and the red. So now I can choose to add some definition to things. Maybe I could use the polyline tool to create like some shapes, or I could just use the scribble to draw lines, or I could even use any of these pre-made shapes to add to my collage. I'm going to start trying to use the scribble line and the polyline tool. You can change the weight, the thicknesses of the line. So you can make it really thick. You can also change the color of the line tool. The polyline tool creates shapes. So I'm going to use it to outline the mountains. So every time that I'm clicking, it's placing my line. When I click it back to the beginning, it closes off my shape. So I don't want it to close off my shape. I don't want it to cover up. So I'm just going to change it to transparent. And then I'll make the outline a certain color, maybe a dark blue. All right, so this is my landscape art collage. I feel happy with it. I mostly just use the scribble line tool. I didn't like what the polyline tool was doing, and then I ended up adding some clouds and a sun in the sky.